Hi, thanks for watching BibleMountain.com. There are many needs in our churches and in our society. There's physical needs, emotional needs, and spiritual needs. Unfortunately, 21st century Christianity is not doing a very good job of meeting these needs. Now, Romans 12 tells us that each individual Christian has talents and abilities that they're supposed to use to serve. But again, that's not happening. There's a lot of wasted talent in our churches. Exodus 31 illustrates that God has always placed a priority on His people using their abilities to serve Him. And that's a reminder to us that the church needs to do a better job of deploying our people and making use of the gifts and the talents that we have within our churches to meet the needs of the people, both those in our churches and also the needs of people in our society in general. Now let's take a look at this in Exodus 31. The context of this is God has the Israelites at Mount Sinai. He's giving them the Mosaic Law. And let's start reading at verse 1. Now Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, See, I have called my name Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur of the tribe of Judah. Now notice the pronoun I, that refers to Yahweh. So Yahweh did this. Then notice the word called. Yahweh called. And then notice the name Bezalel. Yahweh called Bezalel. Verse 3. I have filled him with the Spirit of God in wisdom, in understanding, in knowledge, and in all kinds of craftsmanship, to make artistic designs for work in gold, in silver, and in bronze, and in the cutting of stones for settings, and in the carving of wood, that he may work in all kinds of craftsmanship. So we see that Yahweh filled Bezalel. He filled him with wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Yahweh also filled Bezalel with craftsmanship. And we see specifically that he was skilled in working in gold, silver, bronze, stone, and wood. So Bezalel was a very talented person. Verse 6. And behold, I myself have appointed with him Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan, and in the hearts of all who are skillful I have put skill, that they may make all that I have commanded you. So here we see a reference to a person named Aholiab. He was also appointed by Yahweh. And then there's a reference, in the hearts of all who are skillful, I have put skill. Again, the pronoun I refers to Yahweh. So Yahweh's telling Moses that there's a lot of Israelites that had skill, and Yahweh was the one who gave them that skill. Notice the word that. This indicates we're about to learn why Yahweh gave all those people this skill. And the reason is, so that they may make all that I have commanded you. So Yahweh had given Moses all these instructions about all these items they were supposed to make for the tabernacle. And now Yahweh was telling Moses that there were Israelites who had the skills, talents, and abilities that were necessary in order to make all these items and to construct the tabernacle. And then there's a list of all these items. Verse 7, the tent of meeting and the ark of testimony and the mercy seat upon it and all the furniture of the tent, the table also and its utensils and the pure gold lampstand with all its utensils, and the altar of incense, the altar of burnt offering also with all its utensils, and the laver and its stand, the woven garments as well, and the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons with which to carry on their priesthood, the anointing oil also, and the fragrant incense for the holy place. They are to make them according to all that I have commanded you. So Yahweh listed all these items that they were supposed to make, reminding Moses that there were Israelites who had the skill to make all these items. And at the end, Yahweh reminded Moses they were supposed to make all these items according to commandments and instructions that God had given to Moses. Now let's take a look at Romans 12 and see what we learn about us in the 21st century and the skills and talents that we have that we're supposed to be using. Let's start reading in verse 6. Since we have gifts that differ according to the grace given to us, each of us is to exercise them accordingly. If prophecy, according to the proportion of his faith, if service in his serving, or he who teaches in his teaching, or he who exhorts in his exhortation, he who gives with liberality, he who leads with diligence, he who shows mercy with cheerfulness. Notice the word gifts. In this case, the word gifts refers to skills, talents, and abilities that we have been given. There's a reference to each of us. Each individual Christian has skills and abilities that we're supposed to be using to serve our Creator. And there's a commandment here telling us, exercise them accordingly. Whatever abilities we have that God has given to us, we're supposed to exercise them And then there's a list of various examples of some skills and abilities that people might have. But as I said earlier, there's many needs in our society and in our churches. These are physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. But unfortunately, 21st century Christianity is not doing a very good job of meeting these needs. Romans 12 tells us each individual Christian has abilities that we're supposed to be using to meet these needs. Unfortunately, that's not happening. There's a lot of wasted talent in our churches. Exodus 31 reminds us God has always placed a high value on His people using their skills and abilities to serve Him. And so all of this is a lesson to us that the church needs to do a better job of deploying our Christian brothers and sisters so that we can meet the needs both of people within our church and also people in our society at large. If you haven't joined my email list yet, please do so. First of all, it is free. By signing up, you get immediate access to all my free content. This is the best way to make sure you don't miss out on any of my free content. In order to sign up, go to BibleMountain.com, click on follow. There will be a place there to enter your email address. Once again, thank you for watching BibleMountain.com.